How has Christ the King changed your life?
How has Christ the King changed your life?
How is Christ the King?
How has Christ the King? How has Christ the King changed your life?
60 plus years ago, that is where my parents met in the confessional line. They were standing in line and they started talking and they met, and thus life as we know it, me being the youngest of 8, all began here at Christ the King. So
it's our family. I mean, next to our biological families, it's the most important thing that we have in our lives.
I was born and baptized here. I received all my sacraments here. I was married here. 2 of my daughters were married here. I went to grade school here. My kids went to grade school here, and I have grandkids here now. So it's just where I grew up. It's where I find God. It's home.
Christ the King has been our route to our faith journey. I hope it's made us better people.
Well, I went here for 9 years, so it basically formed who I am today.
Christ the King taught me how important it is not just to work hard, but to also remember that you are here because God put you here. You are called to serve, and you are called to be a witness of Christ to all people. And I think that they instill that in their students at a really young age, and I think that that's just a really wonderful thing.
What is one thing that you've learned at Christ the King that you will never forget?
How to make good and long-lasting friends.
Writing in cursive.
The -9 trick. When there's a number, like a number higher than 9, you, like, let's say 16, then you add it, and then that's the answer.
What is one thing you learned at Christ the King that you will never forget?
Oh, that's tough. One thing I learned that I'll never forget, I guess how to love.
I learned at Christ the King how to be a good person and how to be like a good person in the community through like service and mass.
I learned I learned how to read and I learned how to write, but I really learned to love reading, especially my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Jolly. And I think it's because of her, my 4th grade teacher. I think it's because of her that I wanted to go into teaching.
I learned respect in my peers and also adults.
One thing that I've learned at Christ the King is the importance of community, of being with one another and really trying to help one another to work on our goals, to educate minds and educate hearts. So I learned that all the way back when I was here in 1st grade, and that's carried through for the last 31 years or so.
What is one thing you learned at Christ the King that you will never forget?
That Jesus loves us.
Which person at Christ the King do you admire most?
Other than our son, I'd have to say Neil Francis Wack.
Probably Father Neil. He's devoted his life to worshiping and telling others about Jesus.
Mrs. Cutford. Father Neil. My sister. Mr. Hoffman. Probably Mr. Hoffman, because every day he comes here and he just makes all of us laugh and smile.
I'd say Mrs. Nemeth.
I admire Miss Gallagher the most because she's just an awesome teacher and she can really relate to us in a lot of ways.
Probably Mrs. Jolly. She inspires me a lot.
Mrs. Terry.
I really admire Mrs. Ash.
I like Miss Megan. She can understand about anything and can just relate to everything.
My favorite teacher, I would have to say, is a teacher for my kids, and that would be Mrs. Blair, because I truly feel that she's a gift from God to all the children who enter this school.
If you weren't at Christ the King, where would you be?
If I was not at Christ the King, I would probably be in Indianapolis by my grandkids doing something.
Huh. That's nice. I think I'd be a short order cook somewhere.
I don't think that I would have an understanding, like a better understanding of my faith, and I think that I would probably be failing all my theology classes at St. Joe.
If I didn't go to Christ the King, I really actually don't know the kind of person that I would be, But if I didn't have the teachers that I had, I don't know what the kind of person I would be. They were just so encouraging. They were so inspiring. They were so loving. They really made me believe in myself. And they truly made me believe that I had something really important and precious and special to offer the world. So without a doubt, I am who I am because I had a Christ the King education.
What did you have for lunch today?
What did I have for lunch today? What did I have for lunch? Oh, I had 2 bratwursts. They were delightful.
I had a hot lunch. Good quality.
I had a ham sandwich, but I traded for some cheddar cheese and bacon crackers. Those are good. I had some Doritos that I traded for some animal crackers, which was a good trade because it was good.
Turkey and gravy.
A wet burrito that I took home from Hacienda.
Crackers, that was it.
What can I say?
What did your teacher say to you today?
Great job. Get out your religion books. Open your books.
Oh, Miss Gallagher, tough tilly wiggle.
In math class, whenever everyone talks a lot, Mrs. Baldinelli she always says 7D, settle down.
My teacher might have been Sister Mary, who was just there, and she said to quiet down in the hallway. So I don't think she was talking to me, but boy, you listen when Sister Mary talks. So.
Where at Christ the King can you find God?
Church. Yeah, church. The atrium. Mrs. Escher's room, because she teaches religion.
I'd probably say outside by the Stations of the Cross.
Well, you can find God everywhere.
I think you can find God everywhere.
I think in every room is what I would say, because everywhere that we are, God is there. God is in our hearts. God is with us when 2 or more are gathered, as Jesus said. So I think in every single room, I've certainly found God because I've talked to people in those rooms and experienced Him in their hearts.
When you leave Christ the King, what will you miss the most?
The teachers, because I really like them.
The teachers. Yeah, the teachers.
And I miss Miss Gallagher, probably the most.
I'll miss the most the chance to teach people, to teach the kids about God, to teach them about their faith, and to just experience their joy of knowing God more, and to be able to just share in that experience is something that's irreplaceable.
Can you sing the Christ the King fight song?
I can, but I will not.
Why not?
Because I don't sing on camera.
I could not sing the Christ the King fight song. I don't know the lyrics.
I'm not gonna sing it.
I don't have it memorized yet.
I couldn't tell you 2 words of it.
I'd only know parts of it.
I didn't know there was a song.
We do have one. I remember at pep rallies, the cheerleaders always sung it.
Well, it's Christ King Kings can't be beat. No, they can't be beat. But I think that
was just a cheer we did.
Yeah.
Cheer, cheer. Go Christ the... I remember I was a cheerleader for like 2 months.
Give me a C. C. Give me a K. K.
C-K-S. C-K-S.
What does that spell? C-K-S.
Let's see. We can make it up though. It goes to the same tune as the Purdue fight song, surprisingly. So, hail, hail to old Christ the King. Hail, hail to old Christ the King. All hail to our old, what's our school colors? Blue and yellow. Hail something. Hail, hail, hail. No, so that's all we know. Our new school fight song.
You know more than I do.